4.
But the Grinch, who lived just north of him,
Did not.
The Grinch hated Christmas.
The whole Christmas season.
Now please don't ask why.
No one quite knows the reason.
It could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right.
It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight.
But I think that the most likely reason of all
That his heart was
1,
2.
size too small.
But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes. Heart, shoes.
I really think it was his heart. When you laughed at it, it was definitely his shoes. My position is always.
Shut up!
Anyone who stood there on Christmas Eve,
Staring down from his cave with a sour Grinch frown.
At the warm lighted windows below in the town.
the Grinch knew of every who down in Whoville beneath.
Was busy just now hanging on mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings.
He snarled.
With a sneer. Tomorrow's Christmas. It's practically here.
Then he growled.
Snarl.
With his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming.
It's morning new.
All the little girls and boys
Wake bright and early.
And rush for their toys.
And then,
oh, the noise.
oh, the noise.
Noise, noise, noise.
That's one thing he hated. The
Noise, 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 noise.
Then who's young and old would sit down to feast.
And they'd feast.
And they feast, and they
Feast, feast, feast. They'd feast on who pudding.
And who roast beast.
which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least.
And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small,
Would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing.
That's 10 hand in hand.
And the who's would start singing.
and they'd sing.
Sing, sing, sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing,
The more the Grinch thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years, I put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
then the Grinch got an idea.
An
awful idea.
The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
the Grinch laughed in his throat.
Ha ha ha.
I made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat.
And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this hat and this coat, I look just like St. Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch took care.
But since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found.
Did that stop the old Grinch?
No.
The Grinch simply said.
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called his dog Spot, Rex,
Max.
Then he took some red thread.
And he tied a big horn on the top of his head.
Then he loaded some bags and some oven sacks.
Then he hitched up old Max.
Then the Grinch said,
Giddy up.
And the sleigh started down. All their windows were dark. White snow filled the air. All the who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square,
This stop number 1.
the old Grinchy Clausius.
Then he climbed to the roof.
Empty bags in his fist.
Then he slid down the chimney. A rather tight thing, but as soon as it did,
And so could he got stuck only once.
for a moment or two.
Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace again.
Where all of his stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first things to go.
Then he slid into the snore almost unpleasant.
And he took every present.
Hot guns and bicycles, rollerblades, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums.
And he stuffed them in bags.
Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney.
Then he slunk to the icebox, took the who's piece, he took the who pudding.
He took the roast beast.
You mean to say he jacked their food? Man, that's not cool student who's good on Christmas Eve.
Shush! He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash.
Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash.
Then he stuffed up all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now,
Grinned the Grinch.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch out of the tree started to show when he heard a small sound.
I think we'll be done.
He turned to run fast.
saw a small who.
Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by his tiny Who daughter.
Who got out of bed for a cold cup of water.
Water's all that's left. You know, Grinch done took everything else.
She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking the Christmas tree? Why?
"Got you that old Grinch.
What's so smart and so quick?
Why, my sweet little tot,
The big sandy light.
there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here."
And it's fit for the child.
Then he petted her head.
And he got her a drink and he sent her to bed. And Cindy Lou Who went to bed with the he went to the chimney and swept the tree up. Last thing he tried was a wall for the fire.
On the walls he left
A hooks and some wire.
And a one speck of food that he left in the house.
was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.
He did the same thing to other Who houses.
Leaving crumbs much too small for other whose mouse.
It was a card passed on.
All the Who still fed.
All the Who still was news when he packed up his sled.
Packed it up with all the presents.
The ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsels, the trimmings, the trappings.
3,000 feet up.
Up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it.
Boo-hoo to the Who's.
He was Grinchiously humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will drop open a minute or two. Then all the Who's down in Hoover will all cry boo-hoo. That's the noise
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused.
And the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow.
It started low,
Then it started to grow.
but this sound wasn't sad.
Why, this song was merry.
It was so very merry.
He stared down at Whoville.
The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville.
The tall and the small was singing without any purpose at all.
He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming.
It came somehow or other, it came just the same.
And the Grinch with his Grinch feet quite cold in the snow.
Stood wondering and puzzling.
How could this be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags.
He puzzled 3 hours until his puzzler was sore.
Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't puzzled before. Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
Well, what happened then?
Well, in Whoville they say
That the Grinch's small heart grew
1, 2,
3 sizes that day.
and the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load to the bright morning light.
He brought back the toys.
and the food for the beast, and he, the Grinch,
Carved the